Hello, good afternoon. Dorcas Powell, hello. I love that comment. Dorcas Powell says, I really need this video in my life. Well, hello. Thanks for leaving the comment before we get started. I need this in my life too, which is why I do these live streams. Coming to you from the executive lounge, not the locker room today. Happy to be here with you for this lunchtime live stream. So you can see like the vitamins in the back. So that's what we got going on today. The official topic is going to be Danny Walker. Hello. Yeah, I know exactly, Danny. Yes, I'm happy that you made 4 or 5 of those meetings. It could be a club. It should be a club, right? Hello, Roland Holland. You too have made many of these meetings this week. Happy Friday. Stephen, hello. It's like our tribe here. I love it. Yes, you have your goals, Daryl. Awesome. I have my goals too. I actually just did them. I'm like, oh, I should probably do that too, right? Awesome. I love it. Because I feel like this is going to keep us on track for sure. Hello, Elaine Therese. Happy Friday to you as well. So when I set up these streams, I do click the option to have the live stream replay, but I've been watching them back and it doesn't look like the live stream is coming through. So I'll try to keep reading out the comments so people know what's going on if the live stream doesn't replay as I have asked it to do. So the topic for this live stream is our 5-year goals. And this came about because 5 years ago in 2017, I made a list of 5 goals for 5 years. And I looked them over because this March 10th was the official 5-year date, 5 years from the date I made those goals. And out of those 5 goals, I only accomplished 2 of them. And while it doesn't sound like a lot, I am feeling positive about where I am in life in general because the 2 that I accomplished were the most important to me. So looking at that, I am kind of working on thinking about how to plan out the next 5 years, because taking a kind of all of this into account, life is not cyclical. Life does not come in steady, even waves. Life doesn't come at you evenly. Life comes at you sometimes. It almost never comes at you evenly. So it's important to be able to plan for that and to have good habits and routines and consistency. I've found in my own life, having consistency in my own life helps to mitigate the fact that life isn't consistent. The only consistent thing about life is change, right? Is that not something that we've heard? So that is a topic for today's live stream. Happy April, everyone. We're officially at 12:01. Okay, so we can get started. So I will share my 5 goals just kind of right off the top. I am 39 now, so in 5 years I'll be 44, which is like, it's a little bit not scary. It just is. It is. And I think I'm feeling a lot better about it because I feel like I've seen the payoff of some of the internal work that I've been doing. Not necessarily financially, not at all financially, but internally, I'm feeling really good and really positive. So that helps me to approach my age with a little bit more confidence. So here are my 5-year goals. And I kind of, there are lots of different methods. I literally searched like 5-year goals online to kind of get some ideas. And there's, I forget if it's Zig Ziglar's, like the Wheel of Life, where there's 7 different areas of life. And you can just do a web search as well to get some ideas of areas that you can set goals in. But here are my 5 goals. Number 1 is just still be married. And I would like to have kids. And I know that that's not in my control. Neither is sort of how those kids turn out. That's entirely out of my control. Those are the things that I'm working towards, and I am aiming to do everything I can, control my controllables, to bring everything I have to both my relationship and my sort of, I'd say, physical to my say emotional relationships, bring everything I have in the best possible way to my relationships. Okay. Number two is to be physically fit and healthy. And that's for me a BMI of about 19 to 21. I tend to be so a very sturdy build. Genetically, my mom is super tiny. My dad was modest. I'm taller actually than both of my parents. So um, we come from farm stock on my mom's side, and who the heck knows on my dad's side. Korean peasants on my dad's side. Um, my mom was very thin all her life until recently. And I'm like, well, she was that kid that would have to eat like 2 ice cream sandwiches to gain weight at the cafeteria, which, yes, I know gaining weight for many people is a struggle. Not, and it was for her. Anyway, so for me, fitness has always been kind of important to me. Fitness and health has been important since I was, let's say, 16. I first made the connection between eating food and gaining weight. Like I had no concept of that. And I had a friend that lost weight over the summer. And I was like, well, how did you do that? Because everyone was noticing and she looked great. And then she said that she just cut out carbs and sugar. And I was like, oh, okay. And then being that I'm sort of pre-diabetic on my dad's side, I try to just watch my sugar. Sometimes I watch all the sugar I put in my mouth, which kind of happened this morning, but I just aim to be aware of it and to do the best I can. Just do my best. So that's goal number two. Goal number three is to own a home. And that's sometimes that feels that was on my 5-year goal that didn't happen. Um, but that's still a goal of mine, and I'm putting it on my list of things to do. Goal number 4 is to be and stay consumer debt free, and then goal number 5 is $1,000 in assets. I guess I put in the bank, but just $1,000. Or sorry, $1,000, 100K in the bank, not 1,000. We've got that. I should put that and be like, yes, I did it. So those are my 5 goals, and I feel like they're very um, routine. There's nothing unusual about them at all. And I know that for the most part I can accomplish them. But yes, we should be a club. I don't know, we need a name. The I don't know. I'm blanking. If anyone comes up with a good name for our club, let me know in the comments. Um, So those are my 5 goals for the next 5 years, and I'm kind of not super excited by them because I feel like for the most part, they're just kind of I mean, they are my goals, and that is they are things that I would like, but they're also kind of like, well, doesn't everyone kind of want that? I mean, many people want that. Um, yeah, but yet I would feel very blessed to have those things. I would not say no to those things, so I think it's having gratitude for what I have right now. That's something else that's really made a big difference is the gratitude. Um, yeah, that's a big thing, I think. Um, being grateful for what I already have, and that kind of helps me deal with when things aren't going well. Yes, health and wealth, those are Roland Holland, health and wealth, those are some pretty solid goals. Yes, for sure. Health is wealth because when you're healthy, you can wish for, 1,000 different things. But when you're not feeling well or you're sick, all you want is to feel better. I heard that from someone. I was, yes, that's very true. So that is something for sure that I am looking at. So here were my 5 goals. Actually, I'm gonna write them out. 5 goals from 2017 to 2022. So number 1 was buy a house. Yeah, no. Number 2 was help sell my mom's house. That didn't help happen. Mostly because her house is nicer than what she could get right now for a comparable payment. So that's just why it didn't happen. Be and stay debt free. 4 was location independent work, which happened T work, which happened because of the pandemic. And then 5 is buy a Subaru. get married and have a family, etc. So I guess it's interesting to note kind of Club Christiana. Yeah, that's cute. Thanks. Hey, Anthony, frame of mind. Hello. Daryl Breton. I love it. Club Christiana. I don't know if I want my name. If I want to lend my name to that, but sure, why not? Just because I feel like people, I don't want people to, I don't want to feel like anything. Like my wins or losses would be tied to any. I don't know. But yeah, why not? I like my name. Tech name is aware of you. Oh, great. Okay. Sorry, getting to work Slack. It's always exciting. Anyone else have like that notice? She has fans. Thanks, Adam. I did. Yeah, and I appreciate every single one of you. So that like chime for Slack, I'm like, ugh. It's like a physical reaction, or like the sound when you get an email. I'm like, what is it? So looking at the goals from 2017 to 2022, it's kind of interesting to look at that because why they didn't happen, I am sure of the 3 that did not happen, I'm sure that there are some parallels that I can look at to kind of anticipate what might happen in 5 years. So, for example, buying a house, I don't want to say it wasn't a financial priority. It wasn't, and especially not in this area. So could I have bought like a $40,000 fixer-upper in like Alabama? Absolutely. My sister bought a house for like $120,000 in Tennessee. Like, yes, for sure, I could have bought a house. It just wasn't feasible for the area that I'm living in and the type of life that I would like to build. So that's a potential. And that's why I could have. I just didn't because it wasn't in line. I would say in line with the way that that I wanted to live. Number 2, help sell my mom's house. I just decided it's not mine. So I can't, it's not my responsibility, but it's also not my decision to make. And I kind of realized that as well. Be and stay debt free. That one's interesting. So you guys want to hear the tea on this? So I was in this consumer debt free. I was consumer debt free until about 3 months ago. So that happened and was not pretty, but it just is what it was. So I am planning, my plan is to be, oh, good Lord, I can't even think about it. It makes my head hurt. To be consumer debt free again within 3 months, 3 to 5 months, I would say. So that's the plan. And then the last 2, location independent work and married, start a family. Those 2 did happen. The location independent work because of COVID. The company I work for and have been working for like 5 years now just got rid of our office and everyone loves it. So that's 4. And then 5 was probably what I worked on the hardest. And that was my biggest priority. And that was to cultivate in myself the type of skills I wanted for a relationship, wanted to mirror in a relationship. So that's actually an interesting segue into the idea of building this business, increasing income, because for my next, because increasing my income is going to be essential for accomplishing those goals in the next 5 years. I just need to build my income and that's it. So in the next 5 years, I am those 3: own a home, be and stay consumer debt free, and then have $1,000 in the bank. So that's, again, those are the 3 that matter as far as that I will need income from. So my goal, breaking that down, 5 years, 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, today. So my goal for April is to increase my business income to $1,000. And that's kind of, I want to say kind of daunting, but it's not because I know what I need to do. So just doing what I need to do. And the name of the game, the object of this month is to see immediate income results. And I think that's a very good exercise to be in and just solve the problems, just get it done. So that's what I'm working on this month and today. So what does that mean for today? So for today, I was working on earlier my video for tomorrow, which is It's just gonna it just is. Excuse me. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna worry about second guessing myself. It's going to be sort of mostly stock footage about why I think a gym membership is worth it. I actually pay a lot of money for a gym membership. I pay like $50 a month. I just joined a gym here in Manhattan and I kind of went back and forth over it. Do I really want to pay that much? And then I was like, of course, because it's important. Yes, Daryl, it's so true. You sometimes have to take a step back. Overall, you've been moving forward. Yes, this is true. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And that's what it is. You just have to keep moving forward no matter what. And it was like yesterday, I just laid on the couch. So I worked during the day. We went live at noon. I had two pretty big client meetings. I finished a couple follow-ups, and then I just crashed from like 4 to 7. I laid in the bed. I took a nap. I did nothing. So I just needed those 3 hours to recalibrate. And at the time I wasn't thinking, okay, I'm only going to give myself this much time. I was just thinking I need to rest for as long as I need to rest. Then I got up and I made dinner and went about my life, but I didn't really do any more work. Did I? Yes, I did. Water, no cardio yesterday. I didn't meditate. Didn't really get my protein. So I'm coloring in my squares. This section is for the habits I'm tracking. So yesterday I feel like was a treading water day. Today my number one thing is just getting my video up, and there's going to be a lot of stock footage because I am trying to work on being more comfortable with that. So that's what we got. And I'm aiming not to care so much about individual video performance so much as I do about testing and trying new tactics that get me closer to my goals. So that's my number one goal, is to just get the video done. So beyond that, the other thing I'm aiming to do is to look more into affiliate programs and how I can build out my affiliate stack. Because I have, again, a friend who makes like $3,000 a month in affiliate referrals. And I'm like, wow, that would be a nice stream of income for sure. So that would be awesome. Yeah. So going back to actually, Danny Walker, to your point from yesterday about building a business and how you have to work 30 hours a week. You work 30 hours a week on the weekends. Yes, that's something that I'm actually anticipating starting. All about kind of having the right plan or business plan in mind. Yeah, work like a dog on the weekend. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And you said you sent me an email and I didn't see it. So if you did, I did. I just didn't see it. But yes, I do. That's something that I've done before, not as much, but when I was reselling, I worked on the weekends. It didn't yield as much because I knew even then I was like, this amount of effort is not sustainable for the return. It was a decent return, but I got like it wasn't replicatable. So something else that I really look to is MJ DeMarco wrote a book called The Millionaire Fastlane, also in my book list. Yeah, it's true, Danny Walker. You simply cannot get ahead if you are not working on your own business or resting from the work you're doing for a corporate employer. The math does not add up. It's so true. Yes. And I know this to be true. The more every day I live, I see this to be true. So the type of business I want to build has the sense framework. So you remember what it is. So the sense are to have a business that is the following. They are centerpiece of the sense is scale. So come on, where are you? Sense. Okay. So he advocates building a productocracy. So it's control, entry, scale, need, and time. So I think the scale, you have to be able to scale it. You have to be able to control it. There has to be a high enough barrier to entry that you're not kind of getting crushed by people that are always, trying to be on your heels. So it's control, entry, need, time, and scale. So what he did, how he made his money is through a limo referral company. He had a website for a limo referral. He was debating when he was younger between either buying a limo company or working more to build a website that offered referrals to limo companies. And at the end, he just decided to go for referral business and work on building up websites that offer referrals for limo businesses. That's the way he went. And he realized going back and looking at that, that's one of the best things that he did because you're not limited. With one limo company, you only have, you're limited by so many different factors. The geo, the availability of your cars, whether or not you're working, there's so many limiting factors where if you have a website, you have an unlimited number of referrals that you can send. And I think what appealed to me about this framework is I'm already working in the direct marketing business, so I kind of understand that. And two, that's it. I want to be able to replicate and scale up. So that is a type of business that I'm looking to build. The sort of the flip side of that is that those types of businesses can be a little bit schemy and a little bit I don't want to say slimy, but they have a reputation for maybe being not the most above board because it's often, if it's not done right, that type of direct affiliate marketing isn't done right. It can be a little bit spammy. So it really needs to be done in an effective way. So there's that. So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to finish the video for today, and then I am going to work on looking up affiliates that I can work with. So referrals, businesses that I already like. And that's exactly how I do it is I look at businesses I'm already using. For example, I'm using Novo checking for my business checking account, which I can't believe took me so long to set up. I've been doing this well-behaved wallet thing for close to 7 years, and I just started a separate business checking account. I've been using my Capital One checking account, but it was like mixed in with my other savings. So I finally separated them out just this year. So I thoroughly recommend them. Work is not work, right. Work smart and hard, just not hard. Not just hard, exactly. Daryl Bratton, you've been working 7 days a week for many years, either 2 jobs or going to college. Exactly. I am told that I should partner up to grow faster. Maybe you can partner up with someone rather than doing it all. Yes, Daryl, that's 100% my job or my intention. I would love to do that, which is why I'm like trolling websites. And Craigslist, Empire Flippers, and somebody on a live stream here mentioned LoopNet is sometimes having businesses. Monodactyl, I did get your email, so thank you. I'm reading it over. But yes, that's exactly what I would love to do is partner with someone who already has something going. And by partner, I mean either where I would work as an independent contractor or they would work with me as an independent contractor, not I'm going to be very careful about how I would partner with someone because I know that partnerships are sometimes a little bit sticky. So we want to be as non-sticky as possible. Guys, I may need to take a quick 3-minute break. I wish I could put something up. Yeah, I definitely do. So give me 2 seconds. I will be right back. If anyone comes in and wonders where I am, I will be right back. Yeah, right back. Oh, nice. We didn't lose too many people. Awesome. Sorry, I had to just go answer the door. Okay. So yes, as far as working today, 7 days a week, yes, I too went through a period where I was doing that. I almost never had just one job, right? I was always working on the side as well. Roland Holland, I know a lot of real estate investors hire assistants to help them with admin stuff. Not sure if you have the time for it, but it's a good part-time gig unless the investor is super busy. Yeah, thanks, Daryl. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Does anyone else have 5-year goals? Please share your 5-year goals in the chat. Would love to know what you guys are working towards in the next 5 years. So, yes, Roland, I actually looked into that too, or like real estate marketing or something like that. And I'm not saying I wouldn't. And especially, I mean, real estate realtors are always looking for additional leads, ways to generate leads. So that's also very much something that I would look at. Not this month though. This month is purely about generating income. How about you? Danny, cut that out. I can't. I say I can't do it now. It just would not be advantageous because we're all on my insurance. Yeah, so I can't quit. If I get laid off, that's another thing, but I can't quit. Roland, this is a good way for her to get into real estate. I didn't give up coffee. I'm only drinking 1 cup a day. So I don't want to over caffeinate myself. I also gave up drinking artificial sweeteners, which is a lot of fun because I was a Diet Coke fiend, and maybe 3 weeks ago I just gave it up. So, Roland, yeah, it's a good way to get into real estate for sure. Nothing motivates like desperation. Yeah, this is so true. Oh, and the thing is, I know it. I know it because I felt it before, and ugh, it's just it's not a pleasant feeling to be desperate. But I know it's the best way to motivate. I just hate it. I hate that feeling. Yeah, but again, it really is a good motivator. Okay, so and here's another reason why I really love doing these live streams is because I am looking for someone who's doing what I'm doing and kind of trying to build up a business from I don't say from scratch, but kind of from scratch. So that's something I'm looking for. So I don't know if you guys know any other people who do live streams like this that you can point me to because I'd love to kind of model. I love having additional like role models. Speaking of, oh, here's something interesting. So at the beginning of the year, I bought Tony Robbins' Personal Power 2 audio set. And just recently I got a text from one of his, yes, but then they quit their job and just did it. Yes, yes, yes. And I know people who have done that. I'm in touch with people who have done that and are doing well. Yeah, no, it's true. I know. So, Danny, I would put that on my 3-year goal. It's a 3-year timeline. I would aim to have a business that replaces my day job income in 3 years. That's my plan. And that's sort of something I'm actively working on. Yeah, oh, for sure Tony Robbins is a business owner. Yes, he is very much. So I bought this audio program that I'm listening to, and I got a text a couple days ago from someone saying, "Oh, in this time, we'd like to make sure you're aware of everything your purchase includes. You have a coaching. Actually, you have one free coaching call, which is essentially a marketing session." I'm like, "Do you want to be marketed to?" So, sure. Actually, I'm going to respond. This was a Tuesday though, so maybe it's over, but why not? Sure. They're not going to give up the chance to market to me. I'd like to use it. Interesting. But yeah, for sure he's a business owner. He's a very successful business owner. So I read his book, Money Master the Game, and I actually respect what he's doing. I watched almost all of I'm Not Your Guru, the Netflix documentary on Tony Robbins. Do you have a brief 5-minute chat to get it scheduled? No, can't talk now at work. So I'm chatting with the coach. It's clearly like an email or like a bot, like a chat bot. I'm sorry, can't talk now. I'm at work. Text. Text is best. Is best. Maybe I'm a bot. Okay. Daryl Bratton, I stayed at a job where I was demoted and stayed for 10 years to get the pension. It was painful but worth it today. Absolutely. Yes. So that is 100% what I'm doing. So Daryl, interesting. You mentioned you were in a government job, right? And you stuck it out and now you have the pension and now you also have how many rentals? I want to say you have like 11 rentals. Awesome, Anthony. My 15-year plan ends 12/31/23. New 5-year starts 1/1/24. Focus on transitioning career while still doing my data job. Buy your first house, start on real estate investing, PhD, create and invest in CO. Is that Colorado? That is awesome, Anthony. That is very, very cool. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Because I mean, I'm with you on buying a house, buying your first house. 'Cause I'd sure love to do that too. Oh, companies, create and invest in a company. Yes. Okay. Awesome. That's amazing. Your 15-year plan. My goodness gracious. That takes you're 42. Okay, perfect. Roland Holland, your current job is totally unrelated to your medical training, but it gives you more flexibility to focus on side hustles since it's a remote job. And Roland, you also do real estate, right? Which is cool. Your medical training. Fun fact, I actually have medical training as well. It's limited, but it's there. I trained as an EMT. That's like the basic entry level training you get. Focus on stock markets and net worth before. Yes, it's a good idea. Anthony, do you rent kind of on the side? What would you like to focus on with coaching? What would I like to focus on? Building my dang business. Time zone, EST. Yes, stock markets and net worth before real estate. I think that's smart because with real estate, you just have no idea. Focus on building income producing business. Would like to work with a woman. Like to work with another woman. EST time zone. Is the Manhattan apartment rented? No. There is a mortgage on this Manhattan. It's a co-op. So no, it's not rented. I really wish it were, which means that it's difficult to move because like after a couple of years, maybe a year and a half after he moved in, the SALT deductions, that's state and local tax deductions, changed. So they went from being able to deduct $40,000 of your mortgage off your taxes to only $10,000. So it was like instantly, it got $30,000 more expensive to own. So I don't know why he did that. It wouldn't have been my first choice, but that's what he did, and it's cool. But yeah, what are you guys? Yeah, rent my investments, pay my rent. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Anthony, very cool. Danny Walker, what are you guys paying as a percent of your take home after tax? I have no idea. I don't know what he pays. He's a contractor and he's been living off his like heyday. It's a tech wonderkind. So I don't know what he pays as a percentage. It's I'm gonna say 40%. I have no idea. If I asked him, he'd tell me, but I don't ask him. What's the mortgage then after tax as a percentage of his time? I don't know. Again, he'd tell me, but I just don't care. I mean, I need to care, but it's not my asset. Daryl Wren, it took me 10 years after getting demoted to get your PhD. That's awesome. Very cool, Daryl. That's about what it takes. I have a friend with a PhD, and it took her about that too. That's just have you worked with a coach before? Not worked with a coach. Haven't worked with a coach before. I might be interested in hiring a coach, but have limited resources. Respect. Yeah, right. My text auto-corrected to respect. I have limited resources. RESOURCES. What do you guys think about hiring coaches or taking classes? Have you guys ever hired like a business coach or personal coach? Roland Holland, yeah, buy and hold real estate has so many benefits. I wish I'd started sooner. Honestly, we have, excuse me, only one unit, but we're already researching where we want to buy next, maybe by next year. Gosh, yeah, that's what I've heard. Your first one is the hardest. Everything after that is easy. Danny, what about this idea, incubators or Shark Tank or other sources of finance? I don't really have an idea at the moment. I'm just like hustling. I'm just my channel is the idea, and that's how I get money into it is by making more content. Startups do it pre-cash. Yeah, I don't really have an idea yet. I may, but not right now. So that's kind of where we are. And oof, I'm kind of ticking over time. I would like to make it to the gym on my lunch break. That's my goal. Oh, although I kind of um oh my goodness, guys. I'm hitting a wall. Oh, nice. Roland Holland, the realtor that sold us your current primary is an investor too, so he sort of became our mentor. Yes. Danny Walker, keep going. You're doing great. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I am exhausted. But yeah, so going to the gym helps a little bit. It gives me some energy. Not much, but some. But yeah, going to the gym does help. Okay, so that's my plan is to go to the gym, take a shower, finish my video. Yes. And then oh, it's so funny. Aw. My work Slack is talking about April Fool's Day pranks that people have played on their kids. So one guy told his kids that he would make them brownies in the morning. He like had a plate that was all covered in foil even, and on the inside there was just like paper that had brown E's, the letter E written in brown ink. I was like, oh, that's mean. But then he said after the disappointment, he actually gave them brownies. So there you go. Yeah, it's true. Define your BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal, and keep going. It's so true. That's all it takes, people. That's all it takes. Okay. Alrighty, dudes. I am gonna sign out here. You have a BHAG. Yes, Daryl, you sure do. What is it? 10 million in real estate investments? That's amazing. Ugh. So inspirational. Like you've got this, man. It's the journey to get there. That's the adventure, right? So yeah. And I think let's continue this on Monday. I'm gonna come back to this because I'm not excited by my goals, and I feel like I want to be excited by them. I feel like they're just kind of very quotidian, uh, plotting, pedantic. I want something better because I feel like having that better to aim for will make me more excited about it. Okay. So I'm going to go hit the gym, and then I've not hired a coach, but I have unofficial mentors. Yes. Who have over 100 rentals. Exactly. And I've done that too. That's kind of been more my speed is having unofficial mentors, which I actually need to check in with one. My money mentor that I've meant to check in with. I didn't. I normally check in on the 16th because my birthday is on the 16th of the month. I was going to check in every 16th. February and March just fell by the wayside, but I need to check in with him. I want to check in with him again. So yeah, let's continue this. Awesome. Yes. Good chat. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Okay. Awesome. Have a good weekend, guys. Take care. Bye.